G'day everyone, welcome back to Tom's Brook Farm. Bit of a different one today. We've got an X9 on farm, so we're going to give this a go. Going to put that out in the wheat, and we'll see how this goes out here. Hopefully it's dry enough. I think it's going to be a bit wet, but we'll see. Alright, so you've obviously seen we've hooked up to the X9, but we are having a lot of moisture issues. It's currently 12 o'clock and it was 16.2, so we've just done another one just to check, because we've got this big machine out here and we're not using it at the moment, which is quite frustrating. But I've got Jake here, so Jake is my salesman. He's sold me all my gear lately, so I've conned him into walking us around the machine, because we may as well all walk around and have a look and see what's good with it, because obviously we've got our two just sitting there, which are they're S790s, so that's a class 9. I guess we'll start with what is it?
Yeah, so JH, this is, well, we've got the model year 25 LPB, so that's a limited production build 1100, which is our class 11 machine.
Yep.
They also come in a class 10 machine, which is the X9 1000,
which is, but yeah, they don't go any lower, do they?
No, with the twin rotors, we just do the X9 1000 and the X9 1100.
So I get the big difference between this and those is one rotor, two rotors.
Two rotors, yeah. And since they brought out the X9 series combines headers, they've put the 13.6 litre engine in it, which is the new John Deere designed front to back engine.
Yep, right, it definitely sounds a lot different to the puttering over there.
Yeah, so this is tier 3, option it with the tier 4. Those guys over there, they were tier 2, hence the...
Has this got the fancy blue stuff?
No, this is just the tier 3 only, John. Yep. Yeah.
That's actually the Americans and stuff who do watch this, they always like, why don't you have to fill up your things with AdBlue, with government juice?
Why does your exhaust look funny?
Yeah, why is it pointing up and not out the back?
That's right, yeah. Like the main differences between the 1000 and the 1100, John, is horsepower and grain tank capacity. So
there's no difference in sieve size, nothing, it's just
that's
bigger
right.
tank
so
and bigger power.
Same size feeder house, same size threshing area, same size cleaning area. The biggest difference between the 1000 and the 1100 is the single stage turbo on the 1000, which is a 630 horsepower max. And the 1100 is a dual stage turbo, which is 690 horsepower max.
Right. Any idea what they are off the top of your head?
Those guys are 535, I believe.
So there's a fair bit of difference, really. Yeah.
Well,
obviously two rotors, but the big difference I'm noticing is that. So that is our returns.
This is your rethresher.
But it's on this side.
Yeah. So they've really uncluttered the right-hand side of the machine.
Yep.
Previously we had our clean grain elevator and our returns elevator all on the right-hand side. So, but it's actually a lot easier to work on than an S series, I've found. It's a lot more opened up.
Well, you don't get that up there is a lot nicer. Accessing your panels and everything up there.
And panels. I think they've really thought about everything with these guys. We've obviously got our our twin active concaves at the front of the machine.
Yep.
And then so that's our threshing area. This is our separating area.
The big thing, I know that you guys are going to comment that I didn't go and look at the big New Holland that was across the road. We just didn't have time, and to be honest, we're not New Holland people. We don't go for that sort of stuff. So this is what we're focused on, is the green machine. And one thing I noticed on their rethresher, so this comes up and it rethreshes. There's a refresher up top there.
Correct. You've got two different positions here. So this is your serial position. The Americans, they have their corn position.
Yeah.
But we actually set it for corn
Yeah.
on canola.
So that'll take the grain, so the seconds grain basically, and then that'll re-thresh it, send it back to the system. But up here, if you have a look, it goes the whole way along, and you've got this whole tray here that it shuffles back down and goes in, whereas on the New Holland it was just dropping on one side, which I would think personally would load up one side of your sieves, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we've done away with our auger shoes at the front of the
Oh,
concave.
yes, yep.
So we now have a poly prep pan,
Yep.
so just a lot less maintenance, a lot less wear and tear.
So that just essentially just vibrates.
That's right, so it's on a shaker system, it's walking it back across your adjustable pre-cleaner.
Yep.
Previously, with canola, we'd have to shut this guy right down
Yeah.
to clean the sample up.
We farmer up. Yeah. Got a lot of
But-
stalks in it.
What we found is we leave it at 25 mil front for the rest for like the whole season basically,
Yes. Yep.
to combat overloading cleaning shoes and keeping a clean sample. We actually put separated cover plates on here,
Yep.
so 2 each side, over center latches, in for legumes or canola,
Yep.
out for all cereals.
Yep.
If you do find that you're struggling to thresh out some heads with your canola, with your barley or your wheat, you have the options of putting in these concave cover plates.
Yep. Which keeps everything in there for longer,
Just a
essentially.
little bit longer, hit it a little bit harder.
So I guess I haven't really run through how a header runs, but that thing in there, that spins. That's your
That's
rotor.
spinning, yep.
And then this here is your concave at here. So that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
You close that in, and then that essentially just gets close to the drum. If it's close, you're doing a really hard thresh. So in wheat, barley, you're going to be at like 12, and canola, you're at like 30 something like that.
Yep.
Then it comes over the top here, and then goes into here. Which is there a way to look in the back? Maybe
There it
we might
is,
we
yep.
might have a look in the
You
back.
can lift it.
We got the lights on. We're in the back. So the biggest thing I'm noticing is just how big our sieve is here. So that is giant compared to what we got on ours. Is there a
It's actually 40% bigger than what you're running at the moment.
Jesus,
Jay.
40%?
Yeah.
That's huge. So I mean, they're obviously different widths, but we've only got four
That's right.
4 channels, you'd say.
Yep. 4 runs of louvers where we've got the 6 runs here.
Yep.
And then off the back of these louvers, you've got what they call your frog mouths.
Yep.
And underneath each section here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
are 6 shoe loss sensors.
Oh,
This
right.
is how
Okay.
we actually work out if we've got our shoe balanced.
Yep.
And we can work out accurately where we're actually losing grain
Yes.
if we find that we're seeing high shoe losses.
Yep. Yep. So typically, like what we've done in our headers is you do a stall, and you'll notice probably on one side is more heavy than the other. So then obviously you probably don't need to do a stall if you've got that sensor on each one.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this is what we call the chaffer. This is the top sieve. So everything that comes off the clean grain, off the
Fruit cleaner.
pre-cleaner comes under here. Anything that is like out here, we've got all our chaff, goes out the back. Anything that's good will go down, which goes to another one of these, which is below. That's what we call our clean grains, our clean sieve, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And then again, that's that there will then go up to the tank, and anything that doesn't quite make it goes up through that refresher that we were talking about on the side and comes in. And that big bastard up there,
That's your discharge beater.
so that's coming straight off the. That's where all the big straw is coming straight off out the back of the off the rotor. But yeah, no, that's massive.
It's huge, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, for once, like we're seeing, like we've had the demo now. We've demoed every year for the last 3 or 4 years, and we never struggle with losses. We're always struggling with horsepower. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
got so much potential.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, let's go around the front of the machine, and unless there's something on the side, but there's
We do have our chopper.
oh, we got the chopper. Yep.
Yeah. So we've got 4 different styles of chopper. We actually have we have 2 different choppers. So we have a fine cut and an extra fine cut.
Yep.
So the extra fine cut is 144 knives.
Yep.
With stationary blades, and then a fine cut which is 66 knives with stationary blades.
Now I did see, is there an electronic thing on the side?
Yeah.
You can actually adjust your knife
That's right.
depth.
Yeah. So this guy we've equipped with our adjustable knife bank.
Yep.
Which is all done from inside the cab.
Yep.
And it can be put in increments of 10%
Yeah, okay.
throughout the day.
So you're actively changing it, whereas ours are set. We just leave it.
Set and forget. Yeah, that's generally what happens with the manual knife bank.
Yep.
And then you come around to here, we've got our tailboard, which is previously our spinners were hydraulically driven.
Yes.
And now it is all manually driven via belt
Oh, right.
and
Okay.
gearboxes.
Yep.
So these guys here are running at a set speed. Not sure what it is, but to adjust our width, we've got these shrouds here.
Yep.
So that allows you to throw it wider or narrower.
Does it make the distance?
Well, we're seeing it at 60 foot just up the road, so
Oh,
I'm
man,
sure it's
flies.
going to get further.
Yeah. Oh, we'll go around the side. All right. This here is our clean grains. So this is where all the good stuff will go all the way up and into the bin. And there's something fancy on the side.
Yeah, so just on the side of this clean grain elevator is our grain quality cameras.
Yep.
So this is running our automation inside the in the display.
Yep. So this is similar to what we have with
It is
the
similar to what
harvest.
it is. That's right. Yeah. So previously it was called Combine Advisor.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah. So this is just our clean grain, like our automation for our losses and our clean grain and our sample basically.
Yes. Yep.
So this guy here is just taking a sample off of our clean grain elevator.
Yep.
It's analysing that. It's looking for unthreshed heads. It's looking for foreign material.
Yep.
And cracked grains.
Yep.
Yeah. So these guys are actually working with our loss monitors, and then the automation is making small adjustments throughout the day to maintain.
Yep. So that'll be
your
adjusting
losses.
sieves, concave,
That's
rotor,
right, yeah.
fan, all that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. This year we actually also put a couple of protein monitors on a couple of X9s.
Oh yes. Yep.
So that's our John Deere Harvest Lab 3000.
Yep.
So it's all integrated. Not only does it take protein, it's actually also monitoring oil in canola.
Yep.
And it actually works alongside your moisture meter as well.
Right.
So it's very accurate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Very good. We just got the moisture back. It's 16%. Eventually we will get harvesting. I do hope so. It's come out here just to look at.
I mean, it's good to look at though.
It is nice to look at. I'd like to sit in it, but get out of the flies. All right, so we're out the front. The biggest thing you're going to notice is this is a 50-foot front, and it's different to ours because it's got wheels on it.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's a hinge.
Yeah. So you guys run the
Flex.
RD40S, which
Yep.
is a rigid flex.
Yep.
They also do, so this guy is a HD50R, so hinge draper 50-foot rigid cutter bar.
Yep.
We also do a flexible cutter bar, which is a HD50F.
Can you get it with a 40?
HD40F. You certainly can.
Yeah.
Yep. So going forward, model year 25, it'll actually be HDF40.
Yep.
So they've just changed letters and numbers around to confuse us a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah. Still, the numbers and the letters all correlate to the front basically.
Yeah. And then it's got a fancy looking mat on it.
Yeah. So the outside drapers are what they call the grain saver belt. So not sure what the percentage is, but they've done testing on it, and small grains
Catches
that will
some,
roll. Yeah. So like canola seeds, for example.
Yep.
Rather than just rolling straight off the cutter bar, they'll just sit in those little grooves.
Yep.
If they've been threshed out by the reel.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
We also do a extended draper as well, which will be the HDX
Where would you require that?
canola.
Okay.
Big
So
hybrid canola crops.
instead of a tin front, it's still a drape. Is it draper?
Still a draper?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just it's got a bit.
Because I've
of
noticed,
extra depth
and
on it.
I think your other fronts have had this for a while, but you got peg drums. You got
Yeah.
pegs on your
top cross
on your
augers.
top cross auger.
Yeah. And we've seen a big difference with those guys as well. So we've got guys that run just a top cross auger without the retractable fingers.
Yep.
When you do have those big bushy canola crops.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah, I don't know about that, John. But they actually just really help keeping it down.
Yeah, so
on
it
the
doesn't
mat,
flick out.
rather
Yep.
than it all flicking up.
Yep.
And they do 3 different reel configurations as well. So this is just your standard reel configuration.
Yep.
We do a flip over reel.
Oh, the fancy.
Yep.
Yep.
And then they've just released a new reel called a cam reel. So I'm yet to see one. I've seen it on the YouTube videos, but
What's the difference?
less wear and tear than the flip over reel.
Right. So it
Yeah.
still flips over.
Still flips over, but it as it actually stays in this lower position for longer before it comes back around.
Right.
What you'll find with a flip over reel, by the time it gets to here, it
Yep.
wants to start flipping back over again.
Yeah.
And it can cause
Yeah,
a bit
yep.
of crop to flip over the reel.
Yep. Well, I think the biggest thing about this one, and why it is a
LPB. Yep. Model
is
25.
it's got up there. You can see there's 2 cameras there, and there are 2 cameras there. So it's got fancy automation.
Fancy cameras.
Yeah, that's just for YouTube.
No, this is our predictive grain speed automation cameras.
Yep.
So these guys these guys have got a processor down on the side of the cab here. They're looking at crop biomass,
Yep.
therefore predicting how fast are we going to be going in this crop.
Yes.
So it's proactive.
Trying to keep efficiency.
Exactly. It's trying to be proactive rather than reactive.
Yep. And you said we load in a biomass imagery.
That's right, yeah. So these cameras are also working with biomass imagery map on our G5 display.
Yep.
So it's not just relying on an image, basically. So we upload all of our biomass imagery to our displays up to 6 weeks prior to harvesting.
Yep.
And the idea of that, having this biomass map working with these cameras is if you have a machine out here that's, say for instance, you've got a contractor out here and you've cut your paddock up into blocks.
Yep.
As you come out of the stuff that you've already harvested, although your map on your display will still show a biomass map, the cameras will pick up that there isn't actually any crop there, so we can actually go a bit quicker through here.
Oh, okay.
and into the next lot of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's when we can finally get harvesting, which at this rate will be about 2 o'clock. So, although you can probably hear the wind noise, it is getting windy, which is good.
Friday.
But yeah, we'll be able to see this whole thing in automation and see it going. The thing for me is I'd prefer to have something that can sit at 10 k's an hour for the whole day consistently, which we can't do with our current headers. Something like this, obviously you could, because it's a very big header, but
Yeah.
then you got the automation side of things, which is exciting. So we'll pick it back up when we get into the cab. Right guys, I apologise. It has been a of a day for moisture. It never got down low enough to get harvesting, so it got to 15% was the lowest it got. And we did do a tiny little bit. Obviously didn't have enough time to get a camera out. I wanted to focus on the machine and what's going on inside it, everything like that. So yeah, I apologise, I couldn't film it. This is only here for today and it's going, which is very depressing because it's a brilliant machine that we wanted to see in action for a whole day, hours on end, sit in there for a couple of hours, get to know the machine, get to understand it, see what's going on about it, everything like that. So yeah, I can't show you that. For my time in it, I did an up and a back. The camera system on the top, pretty cool. It did, so we were sitting in about 3.4 to 4 ton crop out there, and yeah, it was amazing. It was holding its speed. It was adjusting up and down, sitting at I think we had it set to 17 k's max, but it was going to about 13, 14, which was really cool. That's not what I want. I want 10 k's an hour consistently the whole day. So to see the autonomy side of it was nice. The biggest thing is the hinge draper. This thing here is amazing. I want one. I'm contemplating seeing how much it's going to cost me to get out of those fronts over there to swap into fronts like this, because yeah, it was the paddock is level with our fronts. It looks all crap and up and downy and everything like that, and we pick rocks up with them. Those hockey sticks on the side, underneath, are just crap compared to this. The wheels, the hinge on this is honestly the best feature I've seen today. I only sat in there for 10 minutes, so I can't make a judgment call on how this bad girl's operating. They did throw some trays out, and we did see see that it's throwing nothing out. It's like 0.2 of a loss, so that, in percent I should say. So that was really cool. But yeah, look, there's a chance. So this is a 25 model. There is a 24 model in Esperance. There is a chance coming towards the end of harvest we might see that on farm. So we might have that out. I'm not promising anything, but yeah, the moisture has just been unbelievable. Yeah, my stress levels are through the roof today because of it. So I'm going to leave the video there. I'm going to go have a beer, and I'll catch you in the next one.